Hey there, superstars. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm coming to you. I am absolutely, as I was last weekend, going through the course that I did. As you guys have been following along, I went through an NLP course last weekend and I was completely shattered and wiped from my breakthroughs. And this weekend is absolutely no different because I've just been at an entrepreneurial event for the past 3 days, which was absolutely phenomenal, incredible. You guys have seen me delivering these daily messages for you guys after the events, and oh my God, 3 days straight. I'm just like so much information, so many different perspectives, so much going on. And I really was inspired to deliver today's message to you guys, which ultimately I want to tell you a bit of a story. I want to tell you what's kind of been going on for me at this event. And then I really want to share today's message, which I'm going to be totally unpacking for you, which is all around the fact that you have a choice. You guys are always hearing me say that you're always at choice point. It's up to you. And I'm going to talk into a very personal side of what's been going on in my world in the hope that it resonates with you and helps you to fast track your success. But today's message is all about the fact that those two choices that you have are, number one, you can either have a meaningful life filled with responsibility, or number two, you can have a meaningless life free from responsibility. And that's kind of like our life and the meaning in our life is in direct proportion to the amount of responsibility we take for our life. And I'm going to unpack what the hell that means and why it's such an important message for each and every one of us to get through my story. So what kind of happened for me? So this event, amazing, run by the JT Fox organization, all for entrepreneurs who kind of come together and we get into like a mastermind. We get, there's a panel of amazing, incredible coaches who are really doing extraordinary things in their lives and with their businesses. And we as entrepreneurs get a chance to actually get in what we call the hot seat. So you go up the front of the room. I think there was probably about, say, 80 or so people in this room, would be my guess. And you get a chance to go up the front of the room in front of 4 coaches who you just kind of have 15 minutes to really tell them who you are, you know, what it is that you do and the challenges that you're faced with and how you want their help and support. And for me, I got my opportunity to jump in the hot seat yesterday. And I got some, like when I get in front of coaches, and I hope you guys out there do the same, when you get in front of coaches who you're putting your trust in, who've got a level of expertise that or specialty that you can learn from, right? They know some more stuff than you, or they're further down the timeline than you. They've got some knowledge and wisdom that they can impart. What I try and do, my very, very best, which is sometimes hard and challenging because I'm a bit of a talker, as you guys know, but what I try and do is I try and shut up as much as possible so that they're doing most of the talking in this position so that I can take on board as much information out of that 15 minutes as humanly possible. Now, I was very lucky because my hot seat session went for almost 30 minutes, so I almost got double the time because what we were diving into and going through, I think the coaches could see that other people were getting indirect coaching and value from seeing what they were coaching me on. So it was really good in that way, and I feel very lucky and privileged to have had that opportunity. But what actually happened for me, so about a month ago, as you guys know, I was in Hawaii and I attended my very first one of these events. And at that event, I got some guidance from JT Fox, who is, you know, it's his company, his business, and these coaches, this is a different program, similar sort of style, but you have a panel of coaches and you don't have JT Fox there. And at this event back in Hawaii, JT gave me some pretty clear direction in terms of what he perceived to be my best pathway forward. He kind of, you know, I gave him a bunch of my ideas. He shut some down. He built some up. And this event, I kind of went into it getting different perspectives from, 4 other different minds. And I actually got the opposite advice than what I was given a month ago. And it kind of set me into a tailspin a little bit. Like I was like, okay, this is interesting. I want to know why this guidance, why that direction. And to be honest, like what the guidance that I was getting this time, it didn't feel as congruent with me. It made a lot of sense in terms of, making money and business, but it didn't feel congruent to who I am and the service that I want to provide and the value I want to add and where my authentic inspiration is. But when you're in a position like that, you can kind of get to, like these people are experts. I need to listen to them. I need to be coachable. I need to take on board what they're saying. And what happened for me was I was just trying to process everything. And so I worked through that. And honestly, all night last night, I was just streaming through like everything, all these different perspectives that the different coaches had given me. And I found myself awake at 4 a.m. this morning, really feeling at this point of just breakthrough. And the point of breakthrough for me was that I'm not meant to get one person to tell me my life path. Right? And that's what I could realize I was waiting for. I was waiting for somebody to give me permission to do what's most authentic to me. And the realization that I had was, what the hell have I just slipped into in this pattern? Because my whole life, my whole business, my whole mission is to help people be totally authentically inspired, to turn up the voice on the internal world, turn down the voices on the external world, and to follow what you're most inspired by. And it is my absolute belief that when we tap into what we as individuals are really inspired by, I don't care what it is, I don't care how challenging it looks like your accomplishment of that goal would be, if you're authentically inspired, you will be willing to do whatever it takes and you will be successful. And this is the experience that comes up for me time and time again throughout my life, right? So it's this kind of, this other person will have the answers more than I could have the answers for myself. And so you're kind of seeking that, that guidance or that permission to kind of just listen to the truth that's within you. And I know this all too well because for myself as a coach, most of my coaching clients, if not nearly all of them, come to me with a degree of, lacking self-belief, self-doubt, a degree of self-doubt going on there. And it's my journey and my contribution as a coach for them, as they're putting more trust in me than they are in themselves, for me to point that light back on them, for me to build them up and shine light on their strengths, their greatness, minimize and mitigate their weaknesses and their challenges, give them more clarity over who they are, what they want, and giving them the courage to go after it. It's kind of like they give me their light, I hand it back to them, I kind of shine that light on the pathway forward for them, and then I hand over the light and they go on to live a more empowered life. And that's kind of my job in any degree of coaching that I'm doing, is to help a person really back themselves, believe in themselves, bring up those answers that they absolutely have within themselves, and get on that journey where they no longer need me in their corner, right? That's what I aim to do in every one of my coaching courses, right? And so, and what I was finding myself breaking through with today was I had fallen back into that trap that I definitely, and I'm sure a lot of you guys might be able to resonate with this, where we think we don't have the knowledge. Somebody outside of us is going to be that expert who can shine that light and give us the answers. But at the end of the day, only those people can only shine light based on their own experience, and it's got a lot of value. If you select the right coaches, the right mentors, the right kind of people who are getting and generating the kind of results that you aspire to have in your life, then ultimately, take on board their guidance. Absolutely, soak it up. Every moment you get to ask a question, to get some sort of perspective shift, go for it. But at the end of the day, you have to take 110% responsibility for the direction of your life. And it's nobody is outside of you can really tap into what truly inspires you on the individual level. That's your job. Stop handballing that responsibility to people outside of yourself. Get their guidance, but then take it upon yourself. And to be honest, I was feeling like kind of a bit wiped and overwhelmed as I started processing what had gone on last night. And then getting to a point this morning where I was just like, wow, like this is exactly how this is meant to play out for me. You know why? Because I don't want somebody outside of myself, giving me the validation that I want, right? Because that's just going to keep me reliant on putting the responsibility for my meaning in my life and my direction in their hands. Right? And so getting caught in that trap a little bit, but because I had a multitude of different perspectives and they were, not congruent, it forced me into a position of having to decide for myself. And I could not be more grateful for that opportunity. That's empowerment, right? And it was a really good reminder for me because as you guys have been following me for a long time, this has been a big part of my story, putting the responsibility in other people's hands to determine the course of my life. It's why I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. It's why I did a business degree that I let my brother pick for me because I had no idea. It's why I started a law degree because I still had no idea. It's why, I've been on the journey that I have been. But every single time I get to a point where I realize that nobody can tell me what I can only know within myself. And the moment I tap into that authentic inspiration, I get into total alignment with what matters to me on the individual level, and I just get inspired by it. I might not even know how the hell that's going to work out, but I've always, every single time, 100% of the time, I've always made it work. And you know what? Not just work, it's always played out 100 times better than I could have ever imagined. Okay, so having these different perspectives from incredible human beings who had immensely valuable information and wisdom to give to me. They were great ideas, but that's what they are. They're ideas, and it's up to you to execute in the direction that's going to create maximum meaning in your life. And I'm telling you right now, that connection piece between responsibility and the meaning that you're going to experience in your life, it is absolutely, in alignment. Like you can't separate the two. So that's exactly why you can either have a meaningful life that really matters to you, that really is in alignment with your values, that's filled with responsibility because that's you taking a stand for what matters to you, and only you have those answers. It's about turning those voices up in your internal world. Or you can opt to just throw out the responsibility and put that in some other person's hands. But at the end of the day, you're going to create a meaningless life because it's not yours. You're not determining the course of your life. And if you're not coming from a place of inspiration, it means that you can only be coming from a place of motivation. Now, what's the difference with that? Motivation is a reliance on the external to keep you motivated, to keep you moving. You're always going to run out of fuel. You're always going to have to come back, and the power is not in your hands, right? And it's not your dreams. It's somebody else's ideas that you're just running with because you're not trusting yourself. You're trusting them more than you trust you. And that's a dead-end path when we're talking about creating your most fulfilling life, the most meaning that you can create. And on the flip side of that, the more responsibility you take to tap into your internal world and to get clarity and direction and conviction about what inspires you, I'm telling you that your life is going to be, and the meaning that you create is going to be in absolute direct proportion to the amount of responsibility you take for your own direction. Tap into that inspiration. If any of you guys are uncertain about how to get clarity over who you are, what you want, your strengths, those weaknesses that keep tripping you up, what is your genius? What is that gift? What is that, those unique skills that you have to add maximum value with your life, to create that meaning, to have a sense of contribution, to grow yourself in the most meaningful ways, to fast track your success. If you don't have that stuff, if you don't know where the hell to start, I really would encourage you guys to at least join my Limitless Potential Academy masterclasses, where I give you all the tips. Every single month, I'm creating a brand new training for you, which is these tools. Go step by step. Currently, there are 13 masterclasses in there, and I've step-by-step them from the very beginning of my personal development journey. What I feel is like a whole pathway for your growth and your progression. And if you guys want to go really deep, then I would definitely encourage you guys to reach out to me. I'd love to introduce you to the framework of personality psychology, which is something that we dive into deeply in the masterclasses. So jump on board with that. I mean, it's super cheap. I've made it so accessible for you guys. I haven't put the link up. I'll put the link up after this video for any of you guys who aren't in the masterclasses. But if you are interested in taking your life to the next level and stop settling, start reaching, start tapping into your most meaningful existence and take that responsibility out of the outside world and step up and be the creator of your life, then you definitely want to be a part of our amazing community. But I want to check in with you guys. So let me know, where in the world are you tuning in from? And just say hi. And any words of wisdom, I would absolutely love for you to contribute to our amazing conversation today. I am so wiped, and tomorrow I'm heading off on a 10-day cruise. So I'm excited about that. All going around Vanuatu and New Caledonia. If you guys have ever been on a cruise, can you drop me some tips? What do I need to take? What's some things I might not think about? Or let me know just what your experience has been and where you went on your cruise. I've never been on one, so it's going to be so much fun. And hopefully I'll be able to deliver some messages to you guys. I'm not certain about the internet, but I'll work something out. But let me check in with you guys. I've got Chulapong. I just met you. So awesome to see you. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the event because I've just spent 3 amazing days with you. Great to have you live. And Wayne's here as well. And Celine, yay. And Alex and Adrian's back. It's so good to see you guys. And Judy's here as well. And Celine, morning beautiful. Great to catch you live. You look stunning in that dress. Thank you so much, beautiful. I am the dress girl, as you guys know. I so appreciate it. And so good to see you live. I can't wait to see you in our next session. It's going to be amazing. And Alex is here as well, and Savula, and Renee, and Jed, and Tim, and Kaden, yay, and Elf. Oh, so good to see all of you guys. And Celine, I love your strength in staying congruent to your path. That is what you have inspired me to do, and I'm so grateful for your leadership in this realm of authenticity. Celine, you are so beautiful, my beautiful Irish sister. I so appreciate those words. Touching my heart, my friend, and I don't think that there is personally anything more meaningful to me than helping you on that path of authenticity. So, so touched by that, and I love you joining me live. So good. And Chulapong, I'm probably butchering your name, but I'm loving that you're completely agreeing, particularly because you're in the room with me. So that is awesome, and can't wait to connect more. And Joseph is here as well, and beautiful Celine, you're leading the way in empowerment, my Aussie sister. Always stay true to you. I so appreciate you, beautiful. Much love. And Kaden, awesome. This is so true. You've got to be careful. A lot of these motivational characters are consciously or unconsciously sabotaging our psyche. Yeah, that can definitely happen. I completely agree. There's not all, it's not all it's cracked up to be everywhere, but I definitely would say that the JT Fox organization that I am a part of, and I've been to the events of, honestly, they are some of the most profound human beings in that coaching and mentoring space that I have come across. So I know they absolutely have our best interests at heart, but they have different perspectives like we as human beings do. And some of it is going to really resonate. The point is, we've got to take on board from people that we trust and we can see the results of, what are they saying? But then we have to kind of sift and filter through that, and we have to ensure that's in alignment with what inspires us. Because I guarantee you, if you do anything that doesn't inspire you, it's going to be short-lived. You're going to sabotage your success. It's going to be stop-start. It's going to be more pain than it's worth. And I take this guidance from the incredible Dr. John Demartini, who is such a product of his product, and talking into, being in alignment with your highest values. He is somebody who he researches, writes, travels, and teaches. They're his top 4 values. And everything outside of those values, he delegates. He doesn't cook. He doesn't even drive. He hasn't driven for 30 years or 40 years or something crazy. He literally travels 360 days a year. He is an absolute testament to the fact that you are unstoppable when you're in alignment with what matters most to you, what inspires you. And for most of us, we're living in distraction, we're falling off our path, and it's all because we're not in alignment with what inspires us. We're living from the outside in rather than the inside out, and that makes all the difference. So yes, absolutely, totally agree with you there, Caden. Definitely would say that everybody in these events been top level, absolutely incredible. But I do know what you're talking about. It's not everywhere. We definitely have to, verify and question the people that we allow into our minds and into that space. So right on point there, my friend, and always appreciate you joining live and sharing your thoughts and your wisdom. So appreciated. And Saeed, great word. I'm loving that you found something great here. Great to have you. And Celine, motivation is outside, inspiration is inside. You got it, girlfriend. Abso-freaking-lutely. And Colin's here as well. And Caden, yes, tap into your inner world. Ignore the psychology of self and rather find and feel your true self with your own 2 hands. I love that, my friend. And you know what? Whatever inspires you, whatever resonates with you, that's the right answer. There aren't any wrong answers. As long as what you do taps into and feels congruent with the truth of who you are, and it's not hurting anybody, that's the right path. That's the right thing for you to do. But at the end of the day, we must make this connection point between creating a meaningful life and knowing that it comes with responsibility. But if you don't want the responsibility, that's okay. You don't have to take it. But I guarantee you, your life is not going to be filled with meaning. It's going to be meaningless. And what's the point in living if you don't have meaning, right? Stuff that really hits you in the heart, makes you feel like you're growing at your highest potential and you're contributing your gifts at your highest potential so that you can ultimately get to the end of your life and be free from regrets. So I love that, my friend. And Zakia is here as well. And Adrian, wow, what a powerful message. Love that this is powerful for you. Thank you for sharing. Life really changes the day you take responsibility for it. I couldn't agree more. And I so appreciate you showing up again, Adrian. It touches my heart more than anything when I see you guys show up day after day after day. Makes me feel like you are gaining value from these messages. And that's the reason why I bother to get on here and connect with you guys, as long as it adds value to you and it's you guys give me a platform to do what I love most. So much love and appreciation for you. And Caden, this is why I couldn't vibe with Matthew's motivation. Yesterday's message, who you are is deeper than time, space, and even actions. Meeting yourself for the first time will change everything. I love that, Caden. And just on that, twofold. Not everybody's going to be our messenger, right? So like the stuff that I spoke into with Matthew McConaughey yesterday, that resonates with some people, and for other people, like for yourself, it doesn't. And that's okay, because there's different messages, there's different messengers, and whatever we gravitate toward and aligns with us, that's perfect. And then secondfold, I've had some pretty profound experiences in terms of, really getting to know myself at a higher level by connecting with myself. And three of the most profound experiences that happened for me in my ability to tap into my inner world actually happened when I went on that 10-day silent meditation retreat. Oh my God, that scared me. Hang on. Ugh. Oh my God. I'm going to go outside and hopefully that turns off. Hope that didn't kill your eardrums as much as it killed mine. But yeah, ultimately, the thing is, what that really, really helped me in terms of getting a deeper connection with myself by being alone with myself, by being cut off from all technology, by having to just no communication. All it was actually tapping into my own internal world, right? And so having that connection point, like you said, Caden, meeting yourself for the first time will change everything. I could not agree more and more wholeheartedly. That's such a beautifully put, as always, my wordsmith friend. I love that. And Celine, for any of you on here, you truly need to be a part of the masterclasses. Vanessa can help you to tap into your unique genius and help you follow your own inspiration, like she has for me. She is an amazing coach. Again, you're just making my heart totally explode, Celine. I'm so grateful to have you as a beautiful friend, and I honestly class you as part of my family. So much love for you, and you're just a gift that just continuously keeps giving. So much love for you, beautiful. Thank you so much. Means the world to me whenever you guys come into any of my coaching programs, and you just spread, if it's of value to you, please, that's the greatest gift that you can ever give to me, is to spread any of these free messages or any of my free content, or if you're in my courses, writing a message like that is just touching to my soul. So much love for you, beautiful. And Mitch is here as well. Awesome. And Jacinta and Caden. So true. Stay in your values. I love today's message so much. Thank you for hopping on here, fired up. I know, I can't believe it. I'm so wiped though. I really am going to sleep like an absolute baby tonight, but I'm totally fired up because it's, I'm inspired by it and what I'm doing. So I hope this is, kind of an example of what I'm talking about today, and so appreciate those kind words, and beautiful and enlightening as always. I'm so thankful for you. I'm super thankful for you, my friend, and I'm really grateful that you show up and you contribute to these conversations and make it so much more juicy. So much love for you, my friend. Thanks so much for those words and for being here. And Choppy's here as well, and Bernadette and Julie and Celine. So much love and gratitude coming to you too. Have a wonderful holiday. Thank you so much, beautiful. And thank you to each and every one of you guys for joining me live. I love it. I absolutely love it when you guys can join me. And I really, really, really hope that today's message has definitely resonated and served you. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has absolutely served you. So remember, you're always at choice point. You've got two options. You can either have a meaningful life filled with responsibility, or you can have a meaningless life with no responsibility. All right, so you can't have one without the other, and the meaning that you create in your life is in absolute direct proportion to the amount of responsibility you take for your path. All right, never forget that. Know that you always have the answers within you. You can get guidance, you can seek that clarification, that expertise, that mentorship, that wisdom, but only you know which is the right path. So never, handball that responsibility outside of yourself, okay? Believe in yourself, back yourself, and if you don't have the skills to know yourself and get clarity over what you want and the courage to go after it and break through any fears and insecurities, reach out to me. That's what I do. And I love each and every one of you guys. And again, thanks so much for joining me live, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll come to you probably from Sydney, beautiful Sydney Harbour, as I'll show you the ship that I'm going to get on for the next 10 days. That'll be fun, and hopefully deliver another message for you guys then. And well, not hopefully, I definitely will. And I hope to see you guys then. I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.